right, welcome everybody to Moonhawk Studios presents. I'm sure Petty Fan will eventually get the episode number up there.
Working on it. Discord is being dumb.
We've switched now from podcasting to just chatting. I am your host, Mac Paladin. With me in the studio,
friends, chaos.
Yeah, with me in the studio as always is my good friend Adam.
I mean, chaos is kind of the order of the day.
Chaos is the new order. That's our slogan.
Yeah.
Yes. You coined it accidentally, and I love it.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Kevin's in the house.
Accidental.
Oh, accidentally on purpose.
Yeah.
Kevin's in the hizzy.
Yep, live in living color somehow. For now.
That's a callback.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Petty Fans running the technicals directly into the ground.
Everything is burning. Everything is fine.
What the hell is that on the screen?
This is what we'll be reacting to.
Did you hook it up in Discord?
That's what I'm doing now. I need to hook it up
That's
on
what
the
he's
overlay
trying
first.
to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, needs to overlay and stuff like that.
So we're reacting to something on MSP now? What is this?
Yeah, you're new to this.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, if you're going to make changes to my show, to the format of my show, then I need to know what the hell's going on.
I'm like,
Who just dropped up?
Nobody did. I connected the stream so we can have it synchronized.
All right, let me move that to a different monitor.
well, technically, we already made this change. It's just you've never been here for one of them.
Yeah.
I think my statement still stands.
All right.
You probably did discuss it with me, and I have all my Discord channels muted. So
Probably.
right, so now I have you on the second. I have the stream on the second monitor.
How's the audio for this, real quick? Too high, too low?
Oh my God, American Public Television.
Yep. This is the Computer Chronicles.
All right, so we also have the Golics here. I've got to finish the introduction. Are we going to do the news or not?
We will. I'm
here.
Audio testing it.
Okay. It's bedlam up in here.
When isn't it?
I know.
All right. So if we're getting into the news formally,
Adam,
I
take
guess
it away.
Yeah. Right. So, continuing from last week, the air conditioning / heating saga isn't as done as I thought it would be. Hoped it would be, mainly because the installation people were idiots. Mainly because a part that goes on the unit called the shroud or the doghouse wasn't the right size.
Oh my God.
And also the actual install left shit exposed. Like metal shards were exposed, and the children could have played with that had they not had the good sense to actually ask about it. So it's been a week, which I think is the enjoining statement going forward for the next however many years Trump lasts.
I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say about that.
Anyway, Kevin, it's your go.
Well, it's going to be drive-by for me, as always, because there's really nothing happening around here other than, work and, excuse me, stuff like that. So, yeah, nothing really much happening going on over here. And with that, I'm going to say, Petty, what's going on in your world?
Oh, God. So...
Oh, boy.
We're still kind of in limbo when it comes to the car accident fiasco.
Oh, boy.
We supposedly mom will be getting a offer or something about like what their insurance is going to give her tomorrow.
Mm.
And then I don't know how long it's going to take to actually get the check. So this could be a thing where we're getting a new car, Saturday. We could be getting a new car in a month. Unfortunately, due to lack of extra vehicle, my mom has been needing to get a ride to work from her coworkers. And her coworker is now transferring to a different office. So hopefully another coworker can bring her to work. If not, things are going to get fun. And I put that in the biggest air quotes.
Oh boy.
We are, I guess, we are learning now that the car that hit us may not have insurance and may have been driving around on ghost plates. So that's fun. Wait, no, opposite of fun. So yeah, that's been a thing that luckily insurance is dealing with that because we do have uninsured motorist coverage. So if we get hit by something without insurance, it's not as much our problem. So yeah, hopefully this gets sorted out quickly. And we're still waiting to hear back from the lawyer about possibly going after the city in their dumbassery and all this. So yeah, just a whole lot of hurry up and wait. As far as just other life things, it's finally been getting somewhat warm around here, like not below 0 at night. We got up in the 50s today. God, I hate cold snaps. Yeah.
That's fun.
And other than that, not really a whole lot to report. So, Gullix?
Not too much going on around here aside from I had to get a new computer at work because of technical issues, and now my new computer continues to be annoying about certain things, probably partially because of Windows 11 and the whole not liking you installing programs not from the Microsoft Store thing.
I've never had that problem.
Or I don't know. Maybe it is just the
Unless it's
maybe it is just
setting they
the specific setup that our IT people have.
Probably that.
Because I use a couple of unusual programs in my work, so installing some of those did not go smoothly. And now I'm having a little bit of a hard time getting the stuff that I use it's having a hard time recognizing the scan I use, which, again, I'll try and figure that out when I have a day when I have less stuff that's urgent to do. Today I'm tired because we got some snow last night, so I had to do some roof raking before going to work today.
Those are some words.
What do you mean?
No, I'm just saying those are some words there. Roof raking. That's not something that I, as a Southwest boy, would ever have experienced.
Yeah, well, how much you need to do it depends on well, obviously, if you don't get snow, you don't have to worry about it.
Right.
But how much you have to worry about it depends on how complicated your roof's geometry is, which our house has had a ramp addition built on the back that changed the slope on the back, and it also has two main structures that intersect with each other, so there's a whole bunch of funky convex angles or concave angles that, if you leave snow there for too long, can form ice dams, which then can leak, which is, bad. Thankfully it was still pretty light, but it was still that, and then I had to go to work. Video game wise, mostly I've been playing Balatro lately, although Splatoon 3 is rerunning the chocolate Splatfest for February, so we'll see how that goes this time. I'm still annoyed that white chocolate won the first time.
Well, it's time to rewrite history then.
Not because I don't like it, but because I don't acknowledge white chocolate as actual chocolate.
Oh no.
For cocoa butter reasons, I think. Or cocoa solids reasons. I forget what it was. I read something about this at one point.
Oh, Lord.
It's a perfectly legitimate thing. It's just very different from the other ones.
It's different. I don't like things that are different.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's probably about all I got.
So I'm just waiting for the inevitable time when my power gets shut off. So for the moment, I am operating from a quasi new PC that I just built. So the Saga, as long-term followers of this show, may be aware.
We have a lot of sagas going on at the moment.
Yes.
The shortest
I feel
possible.
bad. Well, I
Yeah.
do have something, but I don't want to say it on here.
Hmm. We know.
No, it's family member. It's a family member health issue that I don't think I've fully articulated on. But yeah, I don't want to
Okay.
say it on here though.
Valid.
Anyway, the general saga of my studio is that my studio PC, which was a Ryzen 9 3950X that Nathan, my longtime friend from San Diego, gave me out of his shop. They were having problems with it. It kept blue screening when they were set it up in the shop. They didn't know if it was a motherboard problem or if it was a bad chip or what. So he said, "Here, take this and experiment with it." I popped it in my Z470 board. Is it Z? It's a 470 something board. Anyway, this MSI motherboard that I had in the machine, it had a Ryzen 3 2200G in it. It was garbage. Put the Ryzen 9 in it, and it went along like a Swiss watch, but it was running about 96C. So, which is exorbitantly high for a processor. You run it that long at 95, 96, it will eventually, the internal circuitry will start to sublimate. I believe that is an appropriate deployment of that term in this particular case. Become liquid magma on a microscopic scale would be a more grandiose expression to use. But so Nathan, on my second visit to San Diego last year, gave me a Republic of Gamers 3-fan radiator water cooling system. And I finally took the system down to dismantle it and put the water cooling system in. And as I went to take the heatsink off of the processor, because of the excessive heat, it was thoroughly glued together. I would have had to pry them apart with a screwdriver. And I did after I smashed it because my hand palsied slightly because I'm getting old, guys. And so I ended up smashing like a third of the pins on there, at least 180 of them, and that process became a frisbee. So I decommissioned the entire motherboard and all of the connected equipment. I put the graphics card into my Ryzen 5, which is in this really nice NZXT case that Nathan gave me and all that stuff. That's the rebuild of the system that he gave me. I put a ASRock motherboard in there, and I got a 3500X and 16 gigs of Patriot RAM and all that stuff. And so all of the upgrades I had done to the Ryzen 9 machine, I stuck into this machine here, and so it's got the RTX 2080 Ti dual and that. And SSD doesn't work. So I was kind of pissed about that. Plugged in the front panel connector, which I just discovered, and it doesn't work with my HyperX headset. And if you look at my channel, where I tried desperately Monday night to stream with Shadows Mist, doing City of Heroes, and I managed to get about an hour and 5 minutes out of it by finally deploying this computer. I had like no overlays, no camera, no nothing. I'm a little better prepared now, but I'm not anticipating having electricity on Monday, and that's a second saga that'll come up in about a minute here. So I put all the parts that I could salvage into my other gaming box. So it's ready for Fallout 76 because Shadows Mist and I have some new events in Fallout 76 that we want to explore. Dries and Havoc want to play the game with us again, as far as I've been led to understand. So we're working on doing a twice monthly Walking the Wastes on Tuesday nights. That's what we're gearing up towards once I stabilize my whole electrical power situation here. Guarantee that I have electricity for any length of time. Also getting my car repaired, among other things. But it's all this i5 behind me, and I put both of my hard drives in there, and everything transitioned over. Windows reactivated, and it's running Windows 10 Pro, and it's got an i5 6500 in it, and 32 gigs of RAM, and it's got a GTX 780 graphics card in it. Not amazing, but it works for City of Heroes and all that good stuff, although it will no longer work for hardware for OBS. But I noticed that it was running really slow. Like it was causing roboting on Discord, and the internet clocks in at 58. Yeah, it's got all the right drivers installed. Everything's all set up correctly, but for some reason, and this is that Skylake i5 6500 that I was given as a gift years ago, and put it together with this Republic of Gamers motherboard I got from Free Geeks up in Oregon. And when I used it in the VTubing machine, everybody kept saying, "Boy, that's also running hot, and it also seems to be having thermal events, and it seems to be having problems." So I was like, okay. But I put it in this box and shoved it under the other desk and ignored it. I got everything working and all that stuff. So I commissioned it to use as my primary, streaming and video editing computer for the time being, and it has become completely non-viable. So I went back to my parts drawer with all the stuff Nathan gave me over the summer, and I found a brand new i3 7100 and B250 Intel motherboard, Asus. Took that 16 gigs of Patriot RAM I took out of my old gaming box here, and so now I have a fully functional. It's got a 256 gig solid state drive, and it's got a 500 gig Western Digital Raptor.
Jesus, bro.
Well, Nathan gave that to me because I do like my collectibles, and as I say repeatedly on my channel, I peddle nostalgia, right? But for storing like games and apps and stuff, it's perfectly fine. It's a 10,000 RPM hard drive. But the 500 gig Velociraptor was the last Velociraptor they made. So it's basically a laptop hard drive with an elaborate 3.5-inch enclosure built around it. So I just stuck that in there so I'd have an extra storage space for that, because the 256 gig drive obviously is not going to last very long if I start installing a bunch of crap on it. And I have this machine for streaming City of Heroes and all that stuff. Put in a camera. It's now dual monitors. The graphics card I got for $10. It's a Quadro 5000 2.5 gigabyte graphics card.
Jesus.
So, but it's working perfectly. It's, in fact, flawlessly. You know, you hear the knocking, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
It would
Working
have been more
flawless.
hilarious if before the first knock finished, you disappeared.
Mhm.
That would have been just poetic.
You know, my Japanese birthday luck number this year was 20. It's the lowest it's been in the last decade. And I thought, gosh, that's so low. I should go buy a lottery ticket. My luck is going to be great this year. You know, it's like Michael Stipe says, because everybody hurts sometimes.
hold on.
Yeah, yeah. And don't worry, that was shorter than 6 seconds, so we won't get a copyright.
I can make it longer.
Uh-huh. Whoa. So yeah, but yeah, so I've got a new setup now, and I've got my Logitech headset here, and it seems to be okay. I'm hoping that I come through relatively clear, and life goes on. Still need to fix the V-tubing machine. I would like to resurrect the Mace Palladino and do some more casual gaming. I want to go back to Honkai Star Rail and all that stuff. It's literally a matter of I have to sit down, I have to turn off UEFI BIOS, and I have to recreate that stupid 100 megabyte partition.
Mm.
Everything is there intact on the main partition. I was trying to convert it over to force. I was trying to convert it over to force it to Windows 11. Force a Windows 11 upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
It's an i7-7700K. So, I mean, it's got enough processing power to handle it. I probably should have just downloaded Rufus and been done with it, but, you know. But I didn't do that because I didn't understand the whole thing, and I was being impatient, and among other things. And I fucked it up.
Yeah, and the problem with doing Rufus now is it deletes everything.
Yep.
Is part of how the bypass works, so...
Yep. So that machine, I'm probably just going to spend the $30 to renew the license until 2026.
Mm.
Because that's what they're doing for home machines. I have to check and see if that's a home or pro machine. With pro machines, you can buy progressively more expensive licenses for it to continue getting support for up to 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
For home machines, you get a one-time reprieve for $30.
Yeah.
So, and for everything else, I'm using something called Zero Patch. Zero Patch is a organization / app that actually does fixes that Microsoft didn't even think of.
Yeah, sounds about typical Microsoft products.
Mm-hmm. So it actually creates additional stabilities. Like it's kind of like, I think it's an open source contribution project. So they've got a lot of free stuff that fixes what they call 0-day errors.
Mm-hmm. It's
So,
like the core extenders like we had for like the 9X kernel, XP, 7, stuff like that.
well, apparently Zero Patch goes back quite a ways. Like it actually does Windows 7 and Vista and a couple other operating systems that are otherwise defunct, so that they allow you to do things like download latest Chrome editions and use that as an alternative to Internet Explorer.
Yeah, and they also like add like more modern bits to the kernel to make programs think you're running on something newer when you're not.
And I looked it up, and they have a Trustpilot rating of medium and not a scam. So I guess that's as good as it gets, right? If you're trying to operate with antiquated equipment that isn't compliant with Microsoft's, new Copilot AI bullshit, which is a requisite of Windows 11. Although supposedly, thanks to the EU, there's a way to strip that out.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
as always. Um, uh, like I said, that's a whole other discussion. We're not going to get into that. But I'm probably for the imminent power outage that I'm going to have, the temporary blackout that I'm going to have. I've already started building. I have a solar array in my backyard now. It's 100 watt. It's 425-watt panels put in parallel, attached to I have a control panel. I have a 35 watt hour battery, which costs $76 at Harbor Freight, by the way. It's basically a car battery, but if anybody who's even remotely versed in solar knows what I'm talking about. And for that, and then that's connected to an inverter, and I also have a from Harbor Freight. They had it on sale for $199 instead of $369, and it is a 350 watt power station from Predator. And I will actually be. I'm keeping an eye on the different makes and models available through Temu, because they have. So there's this brand that Harbor Freight was carrying but discontinued and they're based out of California, by the way. Well, at least the assembly company is. Their actual acquisitions, I believe, are in mainland China. So there's a whole lot of complications going on with solar equipment in the near future. But Jackery was a brand that I've been keeping an eye on, and Harbor Freight was carrying, and they had an array of them, and then they just abruptly discontinued all of them. And Jackery is based, I think, out of LA, which of course is on fire right now. Although I think most of that's contained now. I haven't been paying attention to the news.
I mean, they're not talking about it, so I assume yes.
Well, Trump turned on the water, and but we've also had rain, so throughout the entire Southwest United States, which has been helping with the fire containment. But since a lot of the solar companies are based out of Southern California, with these fires going on and spreading to San Diego and area and all of that stuff, there has been supply chain issues with Harbor Freight getting restock on a lot of this stuff. But my mission is still continuing. Like I said, I'm watching Temu, because for about $1,700, they have a unit that normally retails for about $3,500 if you were to get a quote-unquote name brand like Nature Generator or something like that. Because I'm going solar. I said this last year, but I'm going to convert this entire studio room to a 6,000 watt solar generator. And I have a couple. I have a 6,000 and a 7,000 bookmarked on Temu, because they look exactly like the base model that is branded Jackery. So I have a sneaking suspicion that they are the actual manufacturer of Jackery solar equipment.
Yeah.
Just not branded.
We're debating disconnecting our garage from the power and just making it solar, because all it literally runs is the pool in the summer.
Well, and they refer to California and Florida as the sunshine states, but if you want solar, Arizona.
Oh yeah, you're a fucking desert.
Yeah, well, and we're also very high above sea level.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a lot of much more direct exposure.
I think the only issue with Arizona is there's certain points of the year where you're at a weird angle and solar isn't as efficient. It's still more efficient than trying to burn coal.
Well, yeah, but if I get amorphous solar panels instead of monocrystalline,
right?
And I can actually get super cheap. I can get very high wattage solar panels, the kind that you would normally install on the roof of a house, from Elliott's Electronic Supply. They have a 340 watt one for $260, which is a really good price. I mean, you're talking the price of putting solar on the roof of your house to power your entire house has like a bar to entry of like $10,000. to get a company to come out and put this all in. And I'm kind of DIYing it. So we'll talk more about this as it develops, because this is gonna. I feel like this is a sort of fascinating little engineering project that I'm doing for myself. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the generator. I'm going to put it underneath the desk here under the window. I'm building a panel that I'm going to take out the screen and open the window and put this plywood panel in there that's going to have my control panels and pass-throughs for the external cables. So I don't damage the building or in any way, permanently modify anything and piss off the apartment people. Because I have this private backyard that I really don't use. And I thought, and I've already got the whole thing figured out. I'm going to put four of these 340 watt solar panels across the mid-level garden that I have, and use them as shade for my barbecue grills. So I'm going to build 2x4 braces so that they will stick out over my barbecue grills as sort of like a kind of like a straight line gazebo across my backyard. So they'll be raised up a little bit so they catch more direct sunlight. And I think this is going to work out nicely. Right now I'm using the tabletop of an old table to rest my 100-watt array, which charges the smaller items. But like if I get at least 4 of these 340-watt panels, then I've got 1,300 plus watts of solar power. I'm tired. I could do the math in my head. I just don't want to. But 1,300 watts plus of solar charging power, for an apartment, I think should be fine, even for a high-level generator like that. It'll take a few extra hours to charge it fully, but 6,000 watts could run this one room for probably several days before needing a full recharge. So yeah, I've already got a little camping light kit that I'll be using when the power initially gets shut off, and I'm setting up a whole thing in the kitchen around my mini fridge. I borrowed my dad's igloo cooler that keeps things cold and frozen for up to 5 days. So I'm pretty ready to go, and it's going to be shut off for at least 2 weeks while I come up with the $2,400 necessary to get it turned back on. It's just I'm racing right now to make my car payment, which $450, and then I got the new lease starting in February, and it's just a whole lot of shit. So that's what I've got going on. But, plans are still in motion for additional programming on my channel. I want to get to it because I want to start boosting my Patreon so I drive less and put less wear and tear on my car. Bottom line. So, that said, that's it for the news. Adam, what are we doing today?
Okay. Time to hand the baton back.
Yes. So what are we doing? Yeah.
So what we're doing here is, I guess, to give a bit of history to those who might not be familiar, i.e. Mac, because this is the first time he's doing it with us here. But this is something we busted out on the Fragments program about a year ago in order to fill space and not just be us talking. Because especially since we just did an episode of that, and that can get repetitive, or we start delving into politics, which is
come on now. Last week was so delightful.
I literally had to turn you guys down because you were peaking my microphone.
So in order to combat that, we introduced the React series, i.e. we look to, in the case of Fragments, gaming's past and pull some bit of ephemera like the Nintendo Power Donkey Kong Country exposed VHS tape. which is one of the things we did. And probably the most recurring thing we go back to is the Computer Chronicles, host a PBS show that looked at computer tech for about 20 years, from 1983 to 2002. And this episode, dating from the later period of the Computer Chronicles, takes a look at the technology we use today to make this program happening, what they call internet telephony.
Interesting.
Yes. So let's get into it.
So
And-
before we do that, I am going to make an aesthetic suggestion because for some reason, Petty Fan, you have slid it down to vertical.
Yes, I
So what I
actually
would-
had to, because my ultra wide does stupid things.
Right, but now you've cut off the edges of it for
Yeah,
the
I was
viewer.
adjusting it for Gullix, and now I am fixing it for the rest of us.
So what I want you to do is I want you to position that so that it is more aligned with the top of the text Moonhawk Studios and shows the channel logos. So up
I need
and left.
I'll need to trim that.
And then line that up with the top of the text Moonhawk Studios. So top edge, the top of the words, up. Up.
Like that.
So, yep. And then left. About 10 pixels.
Like that? Or do
Perfect.
you want me to cover the M?
Yeah. Right there.
All right.
I just, it's an
I know.
aesthetic thing.
Yeah.
I want to have the channel logos visible. The studio logo doesn't have to be. Carry on.
'Cause- all right. So we good?
Huh?
All right.
All right.
Hit and play. And you guys can see it synced up in the Discord streaming window.
Yes.
Are we supposed to make funny commentary?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
You can. Or just commentate on what's going on. Like, we've been talking about the intro to the Computer Chronicles.
You do realize that this stuff was contemporary to me when I was in college.
Yes. We've remarked on how
I
you
was
would.
5.
Which lets
Yeah.
you talk, not just type. We'll see how you can go to
Yeah.
school online.
I'm
using
flashing back to my
video,
information systems degree as we speak.
internet video,
Oh, is this about what would later come to be called
live
VoIP?
webcam. If you're a bit of an
Yes.
Basically,
we'll show you how
this
to
is
set
what
up your
literally
own
runs the
webcam.
backbone of our
Then
show.
we'll demo some
Oh,
mobile
those
apps
NEC
with
monitors.
guarantees
Uh-huh.
lost packets. Plus,
My first
Oh.
monitors, I remember them.
software applications for the road. It's all
I
coming
think
up
we've
next.
unlocked what they
Packard
call
Bell.
core memories.
Packard Bell.
The Computer Chronicles is brought to you by
Uh,
That was the first brand. Oh, you know it's the late '90s when you're seeing you know it's the
Yeah.
late '90s when you're seeing stuff like that, like
the
an internet
.com.
website called .coms.
for up to the
Heck
minute
well.
technology news.
Oh my god.
And by
Uh.
TVA, Television Associates. Reaching the world
Hi,
with
Grant.
computer
Sorry.
media
No, wait.
With DVD authoring
Yeah.
and MPEG encoding services.
This is actually the latest episode we've looked at timeline-wise, because
Yeah, it's
we tend to go
98.
with-
Yeah.
Oh, I love the
Welcome
cricket
to the
sign.
Computer Chronicles. I'm Stuart Chaffee. Well, it's kind of ironic. The phone system
And
started out
one thing we have to
carrying
comment
voice
on
messages,
is,
then we
you
sort
know,
of hijacked
the
telephone
fashion
system,
and the aesthetics
used it
on
for
display,
sending
because,
data on
oh
networks
god,
and
we are
internet
so in the late
particular.
90s.
Now we're going back to shoving
Yep,
voice signals on
yep.
phone lines
JC
over the
Penney
phone
catalog,
line.
browns and beige.
Well,
Distance
before
charges.
when
And
there was a
they're
lot more of
even
an
moving
IBM
video over
influence, it
ordinary
was
phone
very
lines now. But
corporate
let's start with
suit
the audio
jackets.
part of internet
Oh
marketing.
god,
Yeah.
Like,
Mm.
You know, JC Penney? I think they're Walmart.
Oh, that is an IBM monitor. That is an IBM monitor.
Yep.
The basic chat environment as you would do it in
but
Powwow.
you know, Stuart Chaffee here's got the business casual that was going around. And
Richard
god,
here.
the headset.
It's a free download.
Richard here is working on a Pentium 3 laptop. It's an IBM ThinkPad.
Yep. Yeah, back when ThinkPads were good.
Yes.
You know,
Oh god, chat room. Ah!
Pow wow.
That's what we used. That's what we used to do before social media, kids.
All right, now one thing that's
Yeah.
cool about Powwow is
When there was MySpace, there was chat room.
Back when IRC IRC didn't stand for if I recall correctly.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
Christ.
well, actually, it's called Merc.
Yeah.
Princess A.
All right.
Oh.
I mean, there were lots of different IRC clients.
AOL.
Actually, a woman, Princess
Yep.
A.
One, two,
That's
three.
what she looks like.
Back when my username was MaxManiac12 because I was trying to make some kind of crazy Macintosh user joke.
Not knowing who you
It's
are.
that goes beyond just text.
On my Quadro
Let's go
650.
beyond this text with,
Let
I
me
want to
see if
talk
I
to
can
somebody
turn
online.
on
Now, you have
subtitles.
somebody up there named Sherry
There.
online, right?
That's
And
correct.
you can actually have a voice
I
conversation.
had a
with
Quadro 605.
That's correct.
It was the last of the pancake models.
All I do is right mouse click on Sherry's name.
Uh-huh.
I establish a real.
See, I knew this series would be worth doing with Mac around.
Oh,
I'm just
Netscape.
gonna let Sherry know that I'm here.
Okay.
Netscape
So we
Navigator.
talk to each other now. And then-
Oh, yeah.
I miss, I miss Netscape.
Responded. She happens to be there.
The core memories are flooding in.
And
We gotta
simple as that.
do an episode with Wildcat BBS.
It's part of the product.
Oh, that
Was
made
he
me
using
look
it or was
like
he doing a thing
Hi
on
Sherry,
it?
it's Richard. We're doing the
Sure.
show.
Oh no.
And I assume everything is
It's
going
still out there.
How are you?
Where is Sherry right now?
Sherry's in her office.
Okay.
How's the
like
show going?
It's going great.
How's the show
That-
going?
So what we're
Everyone
seeing
is
on the
dead
screen right
behind
now,
me.
you're actually seeing a kind of
Yeah.
view meter of your voice level and
That-
her voice level.
that's more
correct.
true than you might
When my voice goes-
want.
When my voice goes to green,
Give
Shadows.
me
it
age
shows
this
that I'm actually
program.
transmitting.
Shadows missed and I used to use iChat on our
Yeah, we're using
on our G5s back in the day to
All right,
do
now,
voice
see, that
chat
was a
while
long
we played City of
conversation.
Heroes.
It doesn't matter where she was in the country, right?
That's
Just
correct.
machine to machine. Now, the other thing you can do with regard to voice, you can actually do text to speech on here, so you can actually listen to everybody in the chat room.
Right, it's very effective.
You know, it's a different age when they were hyping text to speech.
Yeah.
It's the new wave.
Huh.
And now as soon
Well, it's a
as
feature
I
that
type
never got
something in the
better.
chat window,
Okay.
Yeah, middle school they taught us that all the time.
there we go.
Your computer is still mentally challenged,
We're gonna do the
folks.
typical sort of text to speech conversion.
I think
that,
most
you know, we've
apps
heard in other
use it.
applications.
Anyone
Well.
wanting to fly a plane in here?
That's correct.
Yeah.
The voice
Oh,
synthesizer is
God.
the product. You can pick a male or female voice. It's a wonderful way to scan what's
Zip
going
all
on.
that
Like
kind of
Microsoft
Yeah.
Steve or like pre that.
Sam.
You only care about your boss.
Sam?
Come on, Sam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only one.
No, no, damn.
In order to get the text to speech to drop an F bomb, you had to spell it FOUGHT.
Video signals, moving
Also,
pictures,
y'all
and one of
saw
the more
the
interesting applications of
the
internet
edgy
video
dude with
telephony
the
is in the
non-black
area of
characters
education
for
and
the
distance learning. And Gary, that's what you guys
for
are
the
doing
text
with your class point
for the
software.
username.
Yeah.
And in fact, is you're the CUCD guys, right?
Oh,
That's
such a
the granddaddy of all
uh,
internet video
memory.
Right, now what do we do with class point?
It
What's the
still
next
happens.
stage?
Okay, well, ClassPoint basically
Mm.
maps an
Oh,
instructor-led environment. It's about the relationships between students and instructors,
I'm like-
asking questions, giving quizzes, controlling who has the mic and a speaker.
So we can have sound, we can have pictures, we can have shared whiteboard.
Shared whiteboard, application sharing, a web
All right,
tour.
now we're up on a modem connection right now, so they're the limits of the real-world telephone connection.
Exactly.
We're 33.6 or
You know,
something.
back in the day, the IBM ThinkPads used to use a full-size Pentium 2 processor.
And taught last year, 40 homeschool students.
They didn't have a mobile Pentium 2,
All right, Janet, can you hear
so
me?
they were
Where
like
are you, Janet, and how's this
about
working
as
for
thick
you?
as a house's foundation.
Well, we got a thumb up anyhow. Can you talk to us?
When you had Big Blue backing you could afford such things.
So Janet, tell us a little bit about.
Nowadays, what's the cheapest chip you can find? Fucking Lenovo.
A little break there, and again, we're vulnerable to hear whatever the internet traffic happens to be, I guess. Let me
One of them
ask you
Intel
over
G
some-
series
there's another
jobberdoos.
way to use this, and we'll get a lot better
Maybe a
information
J
on
series.
What you
Okay,
can do
great.
with ClassPoint.
You know,
Now, what are we
No,
looking
no,
at?
I'm just seeing the breakup here. I was like, you actually showed that on the air? I was like, that's what I would put on the air.
Modem or ADSL, those types of
Okay,
speeds.
so, so if we had
We
the
can
high-
tell
Hey,
CompuServe
yeah,
did not,
The key
did
thing is
not
this is
back
the
end this
software.
one.
And Peter
All
Nerone is-
128K of that ADSL.
Why don't you say hi to us and give us a movement? This shows you the kind of
Better
freedom
product.
of software-based
We
systems.
had
So go
jokes
ahead,
running
wave
on the
and
other
give us
show
some audio.
about if they mentioned AOL, CompuServe is going to destroy everyone in that room.
All right, now you can have actually more than two people on this, right?
That's
Guess
very
one of their
important.
Yeah,
funders
the prodigy
was
will pick up the
Processor.
pieces.
Truly multi-point.
Are we gonna have a GIF debate tonight?
And now you
No.
see Bruce in the other room as well, and his mic is enabled, and we can actually have up to 12 video windows.
CompuSwerve.
Okay, so you're sort of the
Oh my
teacher, is that the
God,
sort of
12
scenario we have
people
where
on
you've
the
got a bunch of
DLC.
students
on
right now. We have
a
2 of them online.
dial-up
Exactly.
line.
Yes,
No,
so-
thank you.
Oh my
Instead of
God,
just
no,
looking
thank
at each
you.
other and talking to each
Destruction.
other.
Well, the video
This reminds me of a lot of the video conferencing meetings we had at Fry's Electronics.
Web tour is I, as the instructor,
I'd
control
imagine.
the web browser, and here I've just saved some PowerPoint slides,
Okay.
and I can actually control the
So
material,
it
the
is-
streaming video.
Okay,
It's very surreal to be watching this in this space.
So in other words,
Yeah.
instead
No.
of standing in front of the
Yeah.
blackboard in front of class with chalk, you can
Get
actually
my
use the
shotgun
web.
modem out,
Here's what I wanna show
all
you.
112K of it.
Can you show us an example?
Well, absolutely. Right now, I'm controlling the student's web browser as
It only needed 2 phone
And
lines.
look,
and I can
there it is.
here's
Netscape.
some documentation that was online. And I
Oh,
class
hey,
again.
Netscape.
All right, now, what about two-way interaction? If you teach, you want to know if they got it, and you want to say, okay,
Kill by
I'm gonna
those
give you
bastards at
Exactly.
AOL.
GeoCities websites.
Oh, God.
GeoCities.
Hey, I had an Angel Fire site.
Yeah,
My soul is
something else
currently
might-
leaving my body.
I can have up to 25.
So you're seeing the same screen, and you're
Is that
seeing
just
their-
from
their
creakiness?
answers.
I'm seeing
Yes.
their answers, but they're not seeing each other's answers. So I, as the
Oh,
instructor,
God, this whole video is making my trick
So
me
you know
act
whether you
up.
got the point across or whether you've got to
Only
repeat
thing
it.
missing is a real player.
Now, you had mentioned
Give it time,
Oh.
give it time.
It's coming. Oh, Lord, it's coming.
Microsoft's NetMeeting
Yeah.
into a product in an instructor-controlled fashion.
Microsoft
So the whiteboard
NetMeeting.
is shared, and we do have
Oh, my
applications
God.
controlled by the instructor in the environment.
All right,
Another
let's go
piece
back
of
to Janet.
another
She's
key piece of
deleting the
kindling on the
homeschool
bonfire of
includes
history.
teaching.
Mac and I are going to be
Microsoft-
catching that old
Microsoft
folks
what?
home after this.
That's
Jesus.
what?
Wherever they are in the country.
Actually, she's got a small business, and she delivers high school math courses to other families all around the country who sign up, and she gives classes 3 days a week to 40 students.
Using the web and ClassPoint software.
Exactly.
That's very cool.
Exactly.
Gary, thank you very much.
Okay, no, I doubt that. I'm sorry. Not 1998.
A live webcam. By now, we've all heard of Jenny Cam and Anna
SDN?
Cam.
Bullshit. I'm calling bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes.
If you
You
had
wanna-
DSL,
What
maybe.
it's like to run a
If you
webcam
had
and
regular
live your
dial-up, oh,
life
fuck
online.
no.
I love no,
My
not
name
not
is
98.
Stephanie. I
Let's
go
get
by
20
Stephanie
people on the
Stein.
call so we can have 1 frame per hour.
Stephanie cooks. Stephanie
If
reads.
Now
you're
we're
lucky.
getting into
Stephanie works at her
Webcam.
computer. They
Uh-huh.
are
Woo!
of
Oh, God.
StephCam, a website with a window on
Yeah,
the
remember
wall
the
of
balls?
Oh, God.
Tales of
Big old
Elliot
things, yeah.
webcam
Things. Now it's
around
just-
the
TV,
globe.
You
no.
buy a laptop, you don't see it.
All 0.25 megapixels.
Webcam 32.
I've done freelance programming. I'm a grad
I still
student
don't have a
sciences.
webcam, and I'm glad.
I've done
I
Technically, the
own one.
technically the laptops I use have them on them, but I either cover them
Yeah.
or
Yeah, it's pre-installed
laptop
now.
closed.
Pre-installed.
She's got excellent synchronization with that CRT in the background.
Uh-huh.
It's hypnotic.
Yeah.
No,
It's a hell
no,
of a
roll,
screensaver.
no roll whatsoever.
Performance. With her wireless camera, Stephanie can move from room to room, carrying her electronic eye with her.
No refresh roll at all.
She ignores the camera most of the time. She is aware of its presence. Stephanie says her site is
She's a
G-rated.
proto-streamer.
I have to keep checking to make sure my clothes are on.
D-rated. Uh-huh.
Reasons.
D-rated. Sure.
Whoa, hold
I
on a
think
second.
so.
More updates.
Yeah.
Just watch
I'm sure the part that they're not telling us is that the headlight stream is, 21.99 per month.
Did they just literally show us that she's one of the first e-girls?
Basically, yes.
Yes.
I never look at your cam, but I
Yeah,
like.
but it's D-rated. It's D-rated, Mac.
Everybody sees
I'm
it.
calling
D-rated.
bullshit.
Oh,
D-rated.
yeah.
Now accustomed
Like-
to
like
the
that-
camera
that's
follow
the-
her,
that's
even
the
if she
public
sets
feed.
the scene, but
Oh.
she forgets.
This is bullshit. Doing waits in the shower fully clothed. Come on.
Yeah, she's just holding a towel. It's like,
Nobody's paying $50 a month for dial-up for that shit.
While Stephanie's
No,
website
hell
is
no.
considered a treat for
Yeah, I'm like,
voyeurs,
No,
it's
no.
clear about who is in control.
I know where this
Director,
road leads. The
producer,
answer is
and editor
tense.
of her on-screen
Like-
life.
Great now.
I was discussing with somebody online. They
Yes.
first,
Only if it was
Oh.
paid for the
seemed to
best
think that
of
they had the power
intentions.
because they could tune in and watch me. But
I
then they
mean,
realized that because I had
this is the
control over
internet.
the cam said
So-
Tits
so
and
the-
ass and all that
so,
is the best of
when I choose to
intentions.
show it,
Valid.
Yeah.
So basically the road south of the airport in Tucson,
Stephcam gets an average of
which is
4
largely paved with thoughts and prayers.
oh, yeah. She's, that picture on the top of her page there. Yeah, yeah. G-rated, please.
Oh, hold on. I need my desktop buddy.
Certainly some ulterior motives. I mean,
Yeah.
Bobsy's
don't
dead.
Okay,
Live
the
with
flute-
it.
'cause I think
She's
it's,
playing the flute.
Dancing about my clock.
I'd love to get more freelance work.
Hmm?
I've
This
done
is a
sort of
metaphor
the
for
same
something.
thing there.
Yeah.
I worked as a musician for a
naivete?
I've done work as a programmer, but unfortunately, this is before STEM was seriously taken into account. So
I guess I'm not high pressure about it on the site because
Anytime the pendulum swung too hard in the other direction.
yeah, so for $29.95 a month.
Speaking of the pimping of websites.
Oh my God.
I almost felt
Yep, this is 98.
Your boyfriend is a Jersey scene band frontman.
Pretty cool. Steph
Yeah.
Cam, are you thinking about what it would be like to set up your own live webcam? Let's find out how you do.
Well, I don't know.
Looks at chat.
And,
Yes.
I mean,
the
the idea had crossed our minds, sort of.
It's actually pretty easy. And it's not particularly
Keep in mind, we still don't
expensive.
use
If you wanted to get
Facecam
started,
because, you know,
you could
no
get
one
into
wants
this
to
for
deal with
$100.
6 of those.
You need
I
cameras.
would
Yes.
throw
Everybody's selling
all of
cameras
you
now.
under
Kodak,
the
Intel,
bus.
but they've been selling them
Yeah.
for a couple years.
Keep
It's the
driving.
second
I'd do a
generation.
side
Now, what you
Now.
have is a really old Connectix QuickCam here.
Yeah, you'd have to go
So,
A,
you could
B,
put
T,
$10.
X, you know, stuff like that to go to each
with-
individual
So
camera.
that's where Microsoft got that.
Take it home.
Yep.
Connect into the
Oh.
here
Right.
to get
Oh, it's the Toshiba Tecra.
input from the camera and puts it into the
Oh,
computer.
Lord.
There's
God,
an
I need to
installation
go into
wizard that runs
serial
with this, so
parallel
you're up
parts
and running in
now,
5
guys.
minutes. And in 5 minutes, this is what you have.
All right, so it's monochrome, but what the heck,
Probably
we're starting.
fuzzies as well.
So if somebody's
Oh,
getting
the
started,
way
you
things
wanna
are going.
with it,
Too
this is it.
sober
At this
for
point, I have a
this.
Oh,
digital
no, there
camera.
it is!
Video.
I can
Real
take
flip
a
flops
picture-
up there!
a still picture
Oh!
of you
Told you.
that then can be put up on a website,
Yep.
or I can take a movie
There
which
it
we make
is!
as an
And the real
AV.
flip there on the bottom right!
All right, so I have
He's
the
using
software
quick
and I have the
pics. He's using
webcam
quick pics
software. Now,
to
what
take
is
black and white photos.
out there on the web? What do I do now?
I was
Yeah.
7
That's
for
actually a
the
different
real
piece of
player
software,
boys.
but you showed earlier white
Oh,
pine
Lord.
soul.
Look, if you weren't hanging out at Diamond Multimedia's website in 1998,
So I can go out on
what
the web
were
and
you
download
really
this
doing with the
now.
internet?
Get this at Palmine or any of the shareware sites. And,
Downloading drivers for that graphics card so I could plug in my Sega Saturn controllers.
So you see me at $69. And what you
We're
get,
still under your $100 altogether.
yeah,
All
exactly.
right.
What this gives you,
You know, I was dead with my toes in the AOL.
actually schedule when it's going
Remember,
to.
they can't
Wait,
talk
wait,
about
wait,
AOL
one at a
or
time.
the
Now, when you say
Cyber
schedule, what does
Sonic.
that mean?
Well, it means at a certain point in time, whatever you dictate, I have dictated once a day at 9 a.m.
Two cases of
You can
ruthless
snap
man.
a picture of
God.
whatever
To
it's
make
looking
clear,
at.
webcams are not really live.
I'm trying to see this software in the background.
It's a shot every
Yeah.
now and then.
There's two
It's like,
applications.
what do you
actually.
have
could do
stacked
this as a
back
web
there?
Right.
or
Since
you could be using
it's
this to do the
1998,
real
the cameras are
streaming
so
application. Even
low
that isn't
tech
quite real
and
time.
Ooh, they
Yeah.
got a copy of Chess Master.
Frames every second. This is going to be
I see
3 or
Quake
4
2 up on
less
the
than
corner
this.
there.
Webcams are gonna be,
It's
take a shot
right next to
within
Chess
10 seconds,
Master.
1 minute, whatever it is.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And there's
I'm doing that whole. I'm doing that whole Leo DiCaprio. Hey,
in my office
hey,
in San Francisco.
you
This is
can't
a-
see me, but I'm doing it. I swear.
This is ballpark cam.
Ballpark cam updated every minute, and these things are real popular. If you go to Yahoo and type in
Right.
webcam, you're going to
Oh
be
my
able to
God,
see
go
views
to
from
Yahoo.
windows out all over the world.
Go to Yahoo, yes!
One of the most popular sites.
Back
Yahoo!
to for a second and just show what some of the
I do
options are
get
when you
Yahoo
set this up and
notifications
actually
on
get
my
this out there
phone,
on the
but that's
web.
for the
Sure.
financial
So go
sector.
through those tabs.
Wow, is that a copy of Macintosh OS 8 back there?
How often you're going to
I believe
grab
so.
video and what quality
Yes.
video it's going to be.
Okay, so
And-
you can
Oh,
decide how
God.
long the video is going to be, and obviously that's going to affect your speed.
It's okay,
Right,
Mac. We
how
can
much
go
you're
to
going to
the
be able
old
to
folks' home
transmit. And
together.
again, this is still an older.
I still have it in my
camera
desk
we're working
drawer.
with, so that's
Okay.
gonna
I have a copy of
affect quality, too.
8.5.
I
You
have
can
my-
actually
I have
set
my
the
original
delay
copy of
between
Windows
frames
95
there.
out in the other
That's
room.
depending on your bandwidth. And again, you can schedule how if you're not doing real
Problem.
time, if
Sure.
you're just having a picture.
I don't
you
think I could get it to
schedule
run on my
how-
Now,
Quicksilver,
suppose I really
though.
want to do this faster and have a higher frame rate, better quality. I need more bandwidth. Then what do I do?
Yeah, you
That's
can
gotta have a
choose
minimum of
what you
OS 9.
pay for. So
Alright.
for $250, you could get a state-of-the-art color camera,
Okay.
and you could get
Heavy gear. Oh.
more advanced software for $250. you
There,
can really get it right.
yeah,
And if you
there's
don't
a
have more money to
NASCAR
spend, then
title
you get a better
on their
connection.
shelf.
Yeah, that's a
Yes.
demand. Which I really have to get the guys
NASCAR.
doing.
If you're doing teleconferencing and it's important for
Hey,
you to.
wait,
NASCAR games used to be good.
But you can play around
Yeah.
that
Meanwhile,
The
that's
pilot-
where my
$100,
username
you're
comes from.
online.
David,
There you
thank
are.
you.
Thank
All right.
Yeah.
This 4:3 aspect ratio is really bringing back some nightmares.
Yeah.
That means intermittent audio,
Well,
choppy
you-
video. There is apparently a solution to this problem.
You want
There's
further
Bob,
nightmares?
you
This
guys are
aspect
clarifying
ratio is
claim
now
you have come
used to
up with. What
denote
is
the
it?
Yes,
past.
I think we have a
Uh,
solution. We have a product that no longer.
Yeah. It hasn't really been a thing since 2004.
Has
I mean, it's
100%.
like they use black and white to denote
packet
old, like
updates.
Height.
So, for instance,
Yeah.
if you're
Top
sending
technologies
a
of
packet to somebody
1998.
online, you don't have to worry about lost packets anymore.
There's that
You
flicker
get
I was looking for.
100% of what
I
they
will
send.
say,
the secret?
for
I mean, why can you
The
do this in
secret
a-
is in the protocol.
You know,
All the other phones are using a protocol.
I
that
gotta say,
uses
this is
packets.
relatively
It's
high
called
def.
UDP.
Yeah.
Clearphone
Yeah.
uses
This looks pretty
TCP/IP.
good
It's
for
just
I mean,
like a file
yeah.
transfer. When you
It
transfer
would
a
make
file, you
sense,
don't wanna have
though,
any of those
considering
bits
that
missing.
this
So it's not
show
gonna
is
finish it until
looking
it
at
knows it's
the
got
most
Exactly.
And that's what you're
cutting-edge
doing with audio
technology of the
100%
day.
guaranteed.
So
Yeah.
let's take
they
a look at a
probably
demonstration. Now,
would
you've got
have the
Clearphone
best
up here, but we've
looking
got obviously
camera.
that one little quick camera
No,
on
if they
you.
didn't pay
You've got
for it,
enough
Camera,
connected
connect,
with
Yeah,
yeah,
Wi-Fi.
connect,
off.
camera connection.
Yep.
these are more than
Your
likely.
phone Pro version, you paid for that? Jesus Christ.
I'm dialing Brian.
It
Yeah.
was
Okay, and he's just
it was
answered.
paid in
Now
the
we're
sense
looking
that
at-
PBS money,
baby.
That PBS
There
money.
it is. Hi, Brian. How are you receiving me?
I mean, this is what TechWeb is paying for.
Okay, that's good. And you can see Brian is moving.
Yeah, wave your hands, Brian, so we can get a sense of how this works.
Okay. Hi there.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's about
And, Clearphone
5 hours
is
later.
doing up to 30 seconds.
Yeah,
So
you
we've
can
got
see the cut
bandwidth,
there.
We've got the program.
Mhm.
All right, so I
Yeah,
guess
yeah,
we may have to wait for all those packets to get there, so it might be slower, but the quality is there, is what you're
Exactly. Clearphone is the only phone
you
that
keep
never
telling
gives
yourself
up
that.
quality.
It wasn't true in
100%
1998.
guaranteed. What goes into your microphone is what comes out the other.
Yeah,
side.
you're
gonna have to find it. Yeah, a couple years from now, you're gonna have to find a new job, Chief.
If I'm buying on the side of my computer, my modems work faster.
In its own video recorder, its own audio recorder capable of sending attachments as email. In addition, Clearphone works very well with your browser, Netscape, Internet Explorer. For instance, just by clicking
Jesus.
here, it'll
Version tracker.
It'll bring up
Oh my God.
that are logged on.
The original Internet Explorer logo.
Internet Explorer on Mac. That seems wrong.
With a fully animated GIF for the load up screen.
So you get both functions.
So what are we saying here?
Right now, we're looking at
Lord.
Netscape.
Oh,
God!
yeah,
Look at that animation! Look at that animation!
These are all the people that are watching video on Clearphone?
Yes.
10 cents a click on my hot box.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know there are people who are nostalgic for 90s web design. I will never be one of these people.
Listen, all of these websites that you see, there's an archive that you can actually access.
Yes.
Way back machine.
No, it's not even that. There's some. There was. I have to look this up, but there's a way to access all of it. It's still all there.
What we're going to do is call up another
This is why they
connection
say the
here
internet
while
is
we're actually
forever.
talking to Brian.
Yes.
His video is over
Hello?
here. The second connection is
Remember,
actually
they're
being
connected
made right
via an
now.
So you're
actual
calling
pilot
your
connection,
house in
bro.
LA somewhere.
I'm actually
Yeah.
calling
And
up.
saying, what's on my TV?
God, they must have bleeding edge computers to be able to have this many windows open.
Oh, God.
Yeah, no shit.
See what's on your TV. It's like
They must have at least 8. They must have at least 8 megabytes of RAM.
Television.
Yeah,
okay, you can clearly see the falsity with that TV stream there. Like 28.8 slow speed modem, with high quality audio. Barely getting that in.
Well, you know, if they just crunch that window down to about postage stamp size, I know kids don't know what postage stamps are these days, but just go with me here.
Yeah.
They
get a square.
Yeah. Just make it a little smaller. It'll run in almost real time.
I'm waiting here.
Use the fantastic QuickTime 3.
Look at video telephony on the net. I'll be back in just a minute.
Be watching those 164 by 164 aspect ratio, pixel ratio porno videos.
They call it the fabulous QuickTime 3.
Customizing your start menu is a great idea.
I'm seeing the latest video from Jeremy Butler.
It's easier in Windows 98 because it's all done with drag and drop. Let me show you how it's done. I'm going to click on the start button
98 was a
just go to the programs item.
Remember when drag and drop was cutting edge technology?
Mouse button.
Yeah, that was with Windows 95 at latest.
And just to bring everybody up to date, I believe that motherfucker's
I
dead.
can rearrange all these items as well. I'm going to drag and drop here to the bottom, and then I'll maybe bring the MS-DOS prompt to the bottom as well.
Yeah, this was like, oh wow, you can do this on Windows 98.
Here Here's
I
Excel.
mean,
I had it.
some of it
Now
now,
there's a
but
shortcut.
holy shit, this
And of course, it
was
works both
high-end
ways.
shit.
You can put Microsoft Outlook.
Back in the day when you could
right
put
there on
one
the screen.
OEM copy of
Up there is
Microsoft
Microsoft
Office on
Word.
every
These are really
computer you had.
You can
Yeah.
drag and drop to the taskbar. Creates a miniaturized icon
Hell,
that you
you
can click
could
on in the
get
future
a
to
Windows
launch the
OEM.
application that's there.
My old
Those are
boss
just a
Joe
few
would
of
be
the
like,
things that you can
put
customize
Office
easily with
95 on there so we can charge
ideas.
another
Now, you should
$100.
note that this is also something you can do in Internet Explorer 4.0, which is freely downloadable from the Microsoft site.
Talking about
Back to
Internet
you,
Explorer
Stuart.
4 being
Now for
really
my pick of the
downloadable.
week.
I had to be
There are
careful
almost
with
2
his
million of
accent.
these Palm Pilots in use around the world right now. We've all discovered that
It's
the
imitation.
Palm
Pilot.
To be clear, it's imitation, not mockery.
There's a ton of third-party software that's out there that lets you use your Pilot for business, education, games, all kinds of things. The only problem with all that Pilot software is you have to go searching for it on the web and then take the time to download
Give me
it.
my mind
Not a
spring.
problem anymore. A little company called Pilot Island has just come out with Pilot Goodies. It's a CD-ROM containing nearly 300
Just make a
Palm
TV
Pilot
movie about their
applications.
fries
It's a
ball.
terrific collection.
Yeah,
The interface
that-
is friendly.
this is
You can choose
98
from
as hell.
educational applications, utilities,
Late 90s shit right here,
graphics, games, and more. It's a nifty little package.
Give me my Apple Newton.
Some fun stuff to make your Pilot even more enjoyable.
Rick, that
And
is
the price
$9.99.
$5. That's it for this
$35
edition of the Chronicles. We'll be back here again next week with more of the latest on hardware, software, and the internet.
Fuck that
Thanks for
shit.
joining us. I hope we'll see you here next time.
Something like that for $35. I'm just going what?
Brought to you
Well,
by
remember, you didn't have
Kickstarter.com.
Google at the time.
Money for
How are
that.
you going to find
Where are you
all
gonna-
that
And
shit?
DVDs for the whole family.
Yeah, this is the days of Alta Vista.
And Lycos.
Additional
Oh,
support by
God.
TechWeb
Hell,
for
I'm
up-to-the-minute
turning old.
technology.
Lycos, bitch.
And also when
by
you're
TVS,
also when you're
Television
away
Associates,
from Ask
bridging the worlds
Jeeves.
of computers and video
Yes.
with DVD authoring and MPEG encoding services.
There's an ad running.
To purchase a videotape copy of
Well, it's on
today's
credits anyway.
toll
Yeah, we're
free,
doing
Yeah,
their
right.
ads, so...
Yeah, but this is funny.
810
Yeah.
7850.
It kind of works
Please
then.
specify the show number and the topic.
Subscribe to our channel to never miss a moment of excitement.
Next week on the computer.
I had to go to my advertiser voice.
We'll give you a guided tour of the
Internet radio? Oh my God.
We'll show you spinner.com, a meta web
I
radio
think there's
station.
too much
You can choose from
copyright
hundreds of
music
different
for us to
formats.
actually do that
DVD
one.
is a real world.
Yeah.
I don't think I've looked at that one, so I couldn't tell you.
Imagine Radio is a
I
website
vaguely
that lets you
remember
create your
hearing,
own
like, seeing
customized
it,
radio
one of
station
those,
and
because
meet the
when we're
host of
looking
one
for
of the most
a,
popular web radio programs, Geek Radio's David
Yeah,
Lawrence.
to do, I think I
It's
saw
all
that
coming
one,
up
like,
next week
there's we
on the Computer Chronicles.
we copyrighted.
Of course, the internet radio thing is not going to have the most important player in that game, Mr. Mark Cuban.
Yep.
Broadcast.com. So yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, that was a thing that unlocked a lot of memories.
Yeah.
Yes.
Unsurprisingly so.
Pretty much everything, every one of these things probably will.
Oh, yes.
Yep.
It's a canon event.
Now you can see why we do these.
Yes.
Oh, Lord.
Oh,
That
Mac,
was-
I know the next one we can do. Fixing your
Oh, what-
PC.
Oh my God.
You and me will be
It's a
living in the
training
middle.
video on how to use Novell NetWare 3.14.
Oh.
Me and Mac will be over here and while the rest of you guys are laughing.
The retro encabulator. The retro
Anyway,
technologies.
so it's probably
Oh.
time to move to the entertainment news.
Indeed.
Mhm.
All right, so yeah, so where to start? I know it's because it's sports ball weekend coming up.
Super Bowl weekend, yes.
Yeah.
This is where I
And-
pretend to know
Which,
stuff.
well, not everybody's happy about.
Rigged ball.
Well,
Woo.
Well, yeah, it's another what they're calling Chief Bowl or Swift Bowl.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, Lord.
well, it's because the Kansas City Chiefs are what their fourth year going.
They're looking for
the third. The third straight. Basically, yeah, they're.
I will say,
been here
and
in
bear in mind I
Murray.
live in New England, it is possible for a team to just be good enough to go repeatedly.
The problem with the Chiefs is they've not been very good this year.
How can you speak of New England without Belichick?
As a Broncos fan, I hope they get destroyed. That being said, this is less about the game itself and the ads that they run, and a specific subset of ads. And that is the movies.
Movie advertisements, yeah.
Well, I have they're lining up the blockbusters for the Super Bowl. Okay, so Disney's going to roll out Snow White, Lilo and Stitch. People, if you want,
you mean they're releasing remake we don't need, remake we don't need, remake we don't need, and remake we don't need?
Remakes that we don't need, but people put money to see.
Yeah, and Pixar. Pixar's Elio. Yeah. Elio. There we go.
Okay, well, at least that's not remake.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, Pixar is still allowed to make original stuff, thank God. They're not.
Jesus Christ, Disney! There are still fairy tales you haven't done.
Right.
But then they'll think they own them.
Um,
you laugh.
Yeah, well, I laugh.
right.
Yeah, I laugh because it's right. I laugh because it's right.
No. They've actually tried to do this. Like Peter Pan. They tried to claim ownership over Peter Pan. It's a whole thing. Anyway, but that's just the Disney and Pixar branch. Because, of
Peter
course...
Pan isn't even a fairy tale.
Can I get through this?
Yes.
Please.
Yeah. Anyway, coming from Marvel, we have Captain America: Brave New World,
which and they need to flood the zone on this because they're already pillorying this film. What does it have, a Rotten Tomato rating of 20%? It hasn't even debuted yet. God, people, give it a rest.
That's just
because it's about Falcon America.
Yes,
literally that. Yes,
and because Trumpism is evil.
I'm sure that they're going to try to self-identify with the president being Red Hulk, Thunderbolt Ross being Red Hulk.
Yeah,
somehow relating to who. As I'm referring to him as Dollar Store Duterte.
Anyway,
4 people understand that reference.
Yeah,
I got some good traction with it on Twitter.
Anyway, they're also bringing a trailer for the summer stuff, the Thunderbolts, and Fantastic Four: The First Steps. That is a horrible subtitle.
It actually says that they're going to show 2 of the 3 of those Marvel movies. So, it's probably going to be Captain America and Thunderbolts simply because
there we go.
Recency. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see it. I see it there.
While I'm enamored with the casting of Fantastic Four: First Steps, I have to say, the concept of it seems a little oddly highbrow. It is a future forward alternate reality that also vaguely looks like the 60s. That's a lot of things to think about. I feel like that concept may be a tad highbrow for the MCU.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Because
I wasn't sure. Because I thought initially they were gonna set it in the 1960s, and then do some time travel shenanigans with the TVA. But that is not what they're doing. They are setting it in the multiverse, in a reality off of the sacred timeline, where the future looks like the 60s.
Right.
And combines retro kitsch with advanced tech.
Yeah.
Like, now for no reason in particular, I'm thinking of the Venture Brothers. Like, anyway.
Girlfriend on the phone.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's what Disney's bringing to the Super Bowl. Universal is also stepping up with their own their own live action remake in How to Train Your Dragon. I'm like,
which, by the way, is basically a case of, well, Disney's making a movie from this. Why don't we? Because these movies are basically based upon the dumbness and the idiocy of the movie going public, and they usually succeed because it's parents taking their kids to see a movie that is basically the movie that they saw, but in live action form.
Excuse me while I invest a comfort chip.
Yeah. I mean, there were worse choices to do this with. Like, thank God we're not getting the live action Shark Tale.
Shrek.
I mean, that'd just be a Michael Myers movie.
Shrek 5.
Still Shrek. No, not Shrek 5. Just Shrek. Just Shrek.
We haven't
Shrek with the S is a 5.
Yes.
Yeah, we're getting a Shrek. We're getting a Shrek 5, but it's been like what? 15 years since the last one.
Yeah, it is.
We're also getting an Austin Powers 4.
Yeah, it is surprising the amount of restraint that DreamWorks has had over Shrek, considering it's still like their biggest property.
It's probably more like Mike Myers decided to press the brakes after his career went out of control.
He is a huge asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
this is not even up for debate.
He also needs to apologize for the Love Guru.
Yes.
I'm sorry, but I do not accept his apology.
You notice after that he barely really did anything.
Yep.
There's a reason for that.
I mean, the only way he could have done worse would have been if he went full Rob Schneider.
Right.
Well, true. And he hasn't really done that, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's too Canadian.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Yes.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Yeah. So Universal is also bringing Jurassic World Rebirth,
which I'm very interested to see how that looks.
Okay.
Because that is it technically is a complete and total reboot of that whole frickin' franchise. If you think about it, because
a reboot of a reboot.
That'd be the rebirth, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Like
because there's no Chris Pratt.
Right. Too busy doing VO work now, apparently.
Ruining your childhood franchises one animated film at a time.
Yeah. If you want the live action side of that, apparently it's now Jack Black.
Really?
Well, that's the reaction to the Minecraft movie. At least that's been the adults' reaction. My niece and nephews, they love it. So
that's why it's probably going to succeed, because it's going to be for the kids.
Yeah, I'm like, in cases like this, don't pay attention to what fucking 30-year-olds on the internet are doing. Pay attention to how kids are reacting.
I'm way too old for that shit.
I
am too, but it's not for me.
Yeah, it's not for us.
No. I'm not paying attention to what 30-year-olds on the internet say.
Oh.
Right. Okay.
Sorry, I should have clarified that up front.
Yeah, I was like, please don't tell me you're debating kidnapping kids. That's not okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway.
From surprising entrant Bloomhouse, they'll be showing a trailer of...
I mean, said don't be surprised. So maybe they do, maybe they don't. But it would not be surprising, no. Because Megan's big.
I mean, for God's sake, Betty fan, I'm not a January 6th conspiracy theorist.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I didn't get a pardon from Trump.
Anyway, okay, thank you. Anyway.
Yeah. If they do show up, they're going to be showing up with Megan 2.0. And Paramount's going to have a presence with Mission Impossible: Final Reckoning. I mean, they say Paramount, but they really mean Tom Cruise because
yeah, he's going to be more than Tom Cruise here, but that's going to be the star, absolutely.
Right. Like, do we really need another Smurfs movie?
We didn't need.
Do we need a Smurfs?
Well, I mean, it's fully animated, so I'll give it a fucking pass.
True. I'm just always. Do we need
we're
the
gonna
Smurfs? Look,
well,
I've
I mean,
always
it's
hated,
one, right? I mean,
I've always
Go
hated
ahead.
the Smurfs. Even as a kid, couldn't stand it.
Yeah. Well, it's fully animated, and we're gonna get new Rihanna music, so
yeah,
I'll give it a pass.
How could you hate those Smurfs, Adam? I mean, with iconic characters such as Jokey Smurf and Laffy Smurf and Numbnut Smurf.
Hey, I will say the Hanna-Barbera series did make them more iconic than the fucking comic.
Yeah.
I mean, that's mainly because the comic is even more of a communist parable than the TV series.
Also, Franco-Belgian comics.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it's a different style.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I thought Franco was Spain.
No, Franco is France.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Franco was the boss of Spain for a while, but in this case it means from Belgium and specifically the French-speaking part.
I
also
understand.
Sometimes France.
I understand now.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway,
letting that go.
Not showing up this year are Sony, Warner Brothers, Netflix, Amazon, MGM, and Lionsgate, or Apple. Well, like it's surprising that Netflix isn't showing up because they usually have something.
Yeah, they don't really. Yeah, they don't have much.
I don't know. It's like put the trailer for Squid Games 3 there.
Yeah.
Or another Bridgerton. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, so the blockbuster season is right around the corner. So shuffling over to the other end of the spectrum, like the literal other end, and that's the award circuit, specifically the Oscars, because Petty. Sorry, Kevin, you're probably going to have to chime in on the fucking drama that's been surrounding a particular Best Picture nominee.
Well, the Oscar nominations came out. I think it was what was it, last week or something like that, and the biggest one of the biggest movies to get 13 nominations is a film called Emilia Perez from our good friends at Netflix, and to say it's a controversial film is seems like an understatement.
Underselling it a bit.
Yes. Well, there are three main reasons for this. The relatively less explosive is, and I say relatively very hardly, is that part of the score and also some ADR work was done with the help of artificial intelligence, which is something that involves another big Best Picture nominee. I forgot what it was called. It was there was another one that I forgot off the top of my head, but more to the point, Emilia Perez uses AI to deal with the lead actress's voice, because this is a movie that is starring a trans woman who is also up for Best Actress, by the way. God, I forgot her name. I'm gonna have to do a bit of live research here for just a second. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
To make sure that I get this right and to get this specific, because I want to get this specific. Carla Sofia Gascon is her name, and she plays a cartel kingpin who wants to undergo gender-affirming surgery in order to start a new life, which is itself a bit problematic because to the trans community it sounds like a someone using the gender identity to lie to people. And there's also a very shady song in the film because this is also a musical, believe it or not.
Oh my god.
Yes,
I was waiting for the other shoe to drop on this one, and it turns out to be an anvil inside a ratty sock.
Oh, but wait, there's more. There's more. The reason why this is so controversial is not just because of the trans issue, and not because of the AI issue, but because of its depiction of Mexican culture. This is from a French director, Jacques Audiard. I don't know. I think I missaid his last name, but it's based off of his novel. Actually, his opera libretto of the same name, which was based on a novel by the novel Écoute by Boris Razan. But more to the point, involving Mexican culture here, Jacques made it a point that he did not want to shoot this in Mexico. He wanted to keep it in France.
For legal reasons involving extradition.
Right. Well, okay.
This film sounds like a crime against art.
Well, and also the director has noted that he did not research the Mexican context in depth. He also suggested that there was a lack of Mexican talent, and that's why he had a large non-Mexican cast, because outside of Miss Gascon here, who is from Spain, we have the non-Mexican Zoe Saldana, the non-Mexican Selena Gomez, the non-Mexican Mark Evanier, the Venezuelan Edgar Ramirez, and there is one Mexican actress in here, Adriana Paz, but only one compared to the rest of the cast. And then again, it was noted it was mostly non-Mexican because there was a lack of local talent.
It's Zoe Saldana, just so you know, she's
right. Well, you get my
she's Afro Latin.
Okay, all right, Saldana, right?
Yeah, I believe she's Colombian. She's
yeah. There's also and some of the songs. Yeah, and there's a song here also that has rubbed some people the wrong way. There, especially when it comes with lines like "You smell like my dad, like Diet Coke with ice, lemon and sweat, mezcal and guacamole."
Jesus.
I'm not even sure we can legally say this stuff on the air.
Yeah, I was about to ask, do I need to mute this?
All right. If I look, I literally am quoting it.
Yeah, I know.
I'm literally quoting the thing. I'm not saying it because I'm taking it myself. I'm quoting the lyrics.
Oh my god!
Do not come after me, please. I'm only quoting lyrics. I don't like this as much as y'all do. So don't attack the messenger.
So naturally, the pablum puking putzes at the academy are lapping this shit up like it's gravy.
Now, let me explain to you why that probably is. It's because of the fact that yes, a trans woman is the lead star of this film, is the title character, and this is probably a case of Oscar voters using a not good, bad film to promote. Hey, we support the trans community. You know,
this literally sounds like the Netflix descriptor for something I would have filmed in my garage when I was 12,
Mm-hmm.
not knowing shit from Shinola about anything.
Well, yeah, and
How has that changed?
but yeah, it's basically, you know, it's basically the case of using this film for trans people, like they've used.
Yeah. Except with atrocious representation and a lot of.
Yeah, well, I was going to finish my point. I was going to finish my point.
Yeah.
I was going to finish my point here. This is basically going to be used as the Academy saying that support trans people, just like they use Green Book to say that we support black people.
Meanwhile, trans people are literally putting up both hands in front of them, going, "No, no."
Just like black people were going, "No, no," with Green Book.
Yeah, we decline.
Yeah, that's exactly what this is. This is the This is the equivalent of them supporting trans people with this, like they said they wanted to support black people with Green Book. Despite the fact that black people said the Green Book, "What the fuck is this?" and trans people are looking at this film like, "What the fuck is this?" And again, this film, which was on Netflix, which got a lot of controversy among the trans and Mexican communities, was a festival darling and got 13 nominations. You want to know who else got 13 nominations? Gone with the Wind, Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, Forrest Gump. This film. Think about it, won't you?
The Oscars are dead to me.
Oh, they've been dead forever. Like, these award shows, all of them, are a mess.
And I want to clarify that tack on about racial undertones and stereotypes was to my filmed in my garage when I was 12 statements. That was the problem. The problem is that just listening to you talk about this film exhausted me. Because I was so horrified.
Not gonna lie, I went to move my laundry along.
Yeah. I was so horrified by it. My blood pressure went up and my energy levels went down.
Yeah. So it's like it's like this and this one best picture. When this got like 10 nominations at Best Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy at the Golden Globes, you could go like, "Oh well, that's the Golden Globes. They do their own thing." Then boom, 13 nominations at the Oscars. 13, right. And it might win because with these award shows, expect the worst. And if this does win Best Picture, it will be on the level of Crash and Green Book. Guarantee it.
And just when I thought casting Laverne Cox as Dr. Frankenfurter was tone deaf enough, they said, "Hold my beer."
Oh yes. Now,
Bro, they
to be
spiked
clear,
your beer into the fucking
look. To be clear, if let me remind myself of her name once again. Now, to be clear, if Miss Gascon wins, you know what? Good for her. Good for her. Okay. I will not hate a trans woman getting respect. No, even regardless if it's a controversial role or not. I will not hate.
I mean, if you
a lot of the decisions made were not hers.
I think it would require a lot of talent to elevate this garbage to something award worthy.
Well, yes, exactly. So, yeah, I'm not going to hate on her.
This is something
I don't want anybody hating on her because hopefully from bad things, good things can come from it, because that's how usually Hollywood works. Like, there needs to be terrible things need to be awarded in order for good things eventually to come down the line. That's the way it's always worked.
I mean,
Patty McDaniel, words, enough said.
As a counterpoint to that, though, the problem is rewarding Hollywood tone deafness with accolades.
Yes.
Encourages them to continue doing the wrong things.
Yes.
This is
Well,
this is the thing the LGBT plus community has been saying for decades now. Is that every time Hollywood says just be grateful for the representation.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
I'm not saying you're saying that. I'm just making this statement in general.
Right.
You know,
and thing about be thankful for disability representation. No.
No, that's not what we're saying. No, that's not what we're saying. That's not what I'm saying. Look, what I'm saying is like historically.
The reason I don't watch The Good Doctor is because of the fact that that is almost like it's almost like Autism Speaks writes the show.
Yeah.
You're not wrong there.
Yeah.
And does a parody of autism.
Yes. Look, what I'm saying is like there's always been cycles of, you know, of absolute shit, of people of absolute shit being on the screen being rewarded, which sort of opens the window up for good things from actual good people with actual good intentions. And again, also at the same time, more shit that comes on the screen at the same time, which hurts. It's a double-edged sword kind of situation, which is why Hollywood really sucks. So,
I mean,
but yeah, I absolutely, yeah, well, part of it, but yeah, well, most of it these days. But you know, but yeah, it's like it's like it's a double-edged sword, and it always has been from the birth of that fucking town.
I mean, this is the big problem is when capitalism gets involved in art.
Yes.
And
specifically when private equity gets involved in art.
Well, I mean, that's private equity is a symptom of capitalism.
Well, it is a symptom, but you know, it's only when, you know, the rawest form of capitalism, because, you know, sometimes it works, but when the toxic antagonistic elements, anti-creative elements like, you know, greedy people and private equity and tech bros and stuff like that get involved, that's when things get hairy. Sometimes it be good, but you know, when it's bad, it's really bad.
I mean, this is the textbook definition of network interference.
Well, yeah.
Management and network interference, basically.
Well, yeah. Executive interference.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Anyway, do we have anything else, or are we good for the week here?
I think we're good for the week.
Stock market's taking a hit.
NVIDIA deserves it.
Yeah, we'll see how this plays out a bit before we actually speak on it, because I want to see if this is actually a free fall or just a dip.
I think it's just the first step. I don't think it's the full thing. I think it's just a dip, first step thing. So it's a case of just watch this space.
Or if it's a dead cat bounce.
Yeah, maybe. It's just a case of watch this space regardless.
Republicans had this much control of the government, the 1930s happened.
Or 2008.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, although technically Democrats were in the House at the time, but
you know, somehow the Econ 101 bros of the right wing of Twitter will probably undoubtedly suddenly say, oh, well, you know, it's all about complex market variables and whatnot, and totally not Trump's fault.
Yeah. Well, it's both. It can be both.
No, I was making a reference to the fact that, you know, a week into Biden's presidency, they were like, my stock portfolio's in free fall. Yeah.
Yeah,
how's your stock portfolio doing now?
Admittedly, how people feel about stuff is the most important factor in actual
Fucking
stock
vibes.
prices. So
fucking vibes.
The biggest lie of any right-wing troll is saying that they have a stock portfolio. Yeah. It's like, first of all,
maybe they do, but they only have like $10 in it.
First of all, my friend, I see you over there living in your single wide. Don't talk to me about the stock portfolio dropping that you don't have.
Waiting for your Social Security check to come in.
I gotta invest. Get me some. I don't even know what rednecks are investing in now. I was gonna say something about Cha and Schlitz malt liquor or something. I don't know. Lowenbrow for the sophisticated trailer dweller. I think that's all I had to say about that. I just want to get that quip in there about the stock market.
Yeah.
Before it became old news, and got swept under the rug.
Right.
All right, so
What's the thing this week? Yep.
Yep. All right. So what do we got going next week? Because I don't have the list in front of me right now.
What we got going on is a guest that we were supposed to have a few weeks ago, but that's the one from the canceled show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The one where Petty got the flu.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll try to get the flu next week.
Yeah. Please don't. I don't want to have to reschedule this again.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because if I don't have electrical power, I'm definitely not going to be able to host.
Yeah, we'll be ready for that.
Yeah. Anyway, so next week we'll be welcoming Ogawa Baruku, artist of the Fallen webcomic. Former manga artist, storyboard artist, and illustrator for 16 years in Japan. So,
yeah. That's going to be good.
Yeah, I know you were looking forward to this last time, and hopefully, yeah.
Well, I had, in fairness, I had shit going on too, so it worked out.
Yeah.
Right. I'm just saying, hopefully, life won't happen
again. Yes.
Hold on. There you go.
Okay.
Now, that desk is literally wooden, so that should work.
Knock on wood. Yeah.
Keep Malocchio away.
All right.
All right. Well, that's it for this week's episode of Moonhawk Studios Presents. I hope everybody had a good time, and we'll see you next time. Until then, I'm your host, Mac Paladin. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there, kids.